All right, so let's start with just grounding ourselves for a moment. So we're starting from standing, and let's just do a short mokso. Mokso yame. And now I'm going to actually walk forward again. While you're there, standing in place, just start doing a little wakame to get yourselves softened. So we're starting with Tanyo part 2. And let's just start with a little wakame. As I said, I know it doesn't sit right there, but just to get our bodies moving first before we go into taikimai. And let our knees soften and release forward and back. And side to side. Good. Ish, knee, sun, and forward and back again. Ish, knee, sun, and arms up shoulder height. Let's just keep swaying forward and back. Ish, knee, sun. This is just the introduction to get us into it. Ish, knee, sun, and let your arms float on up so they form a funnel. Palms are slightly open. And taikimai, forward and back, just enough to alter the angle, not to fall over. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. A few more. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. We're doing taikimai, Antigone, welcome. Side to side, just gently to get yourself going. Keep the funnel open, palms open, side to side. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. A few more. Ish, knee, open those lateral sides, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. And still keeping the funnel, and gradually spiral left and then spiral right to look over your shoulder. Start soft and gradually you can spiral further. Don't force anything. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Let your arms just stretch up a little bit more, and with the weight, drop and circle. Ish, and around. And knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Good. We've circled our shoulders with support if you need it. We're going to be circling the ankle and the wrist in one direction. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Other way. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Connie likes that up and down. Full range of motion in that ankle. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, and in and out, invert and evert. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch. Okay, I'm going to keep holding here. So lifting my left leg, but you can do your left leg and arm. I'm just doing this to balance. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Other direction. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go, rook, sish, hutch, ku, ju. Up and down. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go. In and out. Ish, knee, sun, shi, go. Good. All right, we circled our shoulders. We've done our ankles and wrists. So let's do the center of our body. So standing again in a neutral stance, twisting the center of the body, let the arms follow. Ish, knee, go, rook, sish, hutch. Enjoy a little bit of the tap as it taps across your kidneys and lower back. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Keep that wind up feeling and bring one arm up to the shoulder and shake down. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And out to the side and let it release through the elbow. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And bring it up and out the front. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And up the middle and over to the back. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And now with palms, elbows bent and palms facing slightly back, drop and release. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch. This is really an excellent one to prepare us for Rusokan, so let's do another 10. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch. Good. And soft kicks forward. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Softly kicking to the side out through the heel. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And kicking back as if over a log. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And a few more to the front, and you can alternate height to your own ability. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Sish, Hutch, Ku, Ju. And the last couple just shakes it out in general. Ish, Ni, San, Shi, Go. Good. Let your arms float up as you breathe in, palms open, letting the palms be filled with all the energy around you in the universe. And bring right palm down, chakra over the crown chakra, and nourish yourself as the energy flows into you. And slowly bring that energy down and around to the sides of the head, eyes, cheeks, back of the head, neck, under the arm, across the center of your being, to your arms are at your side. Middle fingers are more extended down into the ground. Re-examine the stance. Make sure you're nicely grounded. And let's just again enjoy a short mokso. Mokso yame. Very good. Okay. As I was saying to Benny earlier, I just wanted to spend a few moments looking at some of our stances and a little bit of some movement. To me, what I was trying to think about fostering was peace within myself and peace between us. A lot of our movements do that, but I was trying to concentrate some of my thinking about that. So I'm going to go through 4 stances. We'll repeat them a few times, see how they feel to you. In my mind, as we work toward peace, it also means coexistence. So there's nothing inherently wrong with any of the stances. They just are a different stance, a different way of being in the world. Sometimes there's benefit in use and sometimes not. So they're just an awareness of where your body is and how your body might move. So let's repeat them several times and see. I'm going to start first with wakame. We all are very familiar with the seaweed one. So again, it's a soft, flowing, continuous, harmonious movement. To me, it generates from the center of the being with very soft knees. My feet are about shoulder width apart. And I'm letting myself move. As I might imagine, those of you who are outside can feel the air. Those of you who are in other settings, use a good imagination and feel like what might be touching and moving it. Ish, ni, san, shi, go. And gradually bringing it back more to the center. And you can watch the first one if you want. What I want us to feel is what happens when we get a feeling of panic or flight. And to me, if I was to hear something go bang, suddenly I jar and I shake, and perhaps my arms go up, perhaps I go up on the balls of my feet and I inhale. So let's try that 4 or 5 times together. Let's see. Sun. Yo. And come back down to wakame and just let the softness and the flowing move through your body again. So again, to me, you can reflect for yourself and share later. When you get that startle reaction, what do? Do you hold your breath in? Do you gasp? Do you sort of startle and flail your body in some way? Yeah. It's one of many possible ways to react. Okay. The next one is what happens when you get angry and you want to fight back. So the first one was flight or startle. Perhaps I'm going to fly away. And the other is, what if I get angry and I'm going to fight back? What might that look like? And to me, it's like a rock, a boulder. And it's like, ah! So now all my muscles are tensing. My face is tensing. And I'm exhaling out. My weight.
Get out and poopy.
So sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay. All righty. Let's try rock. Ah! So exhale, tighten your muscles. My weight shifts forward. Ah! Oh, nice grabs. Oh! One more. Ah! Good. And back to wakame. And let that feeling also go through your body. What happens then? So wakame is very accommodating and fluid. You might absorb some of it into your body, and you might let some of it go by. So I've set a 4th stance. And this may seem familiar to some who studied with Ito at other times. Let's think about a bamboo. And a bamboo is a nice straight stalk. It's fluid, flexible. It can move in the wind, but it's very sturdy, not easily cut, and there's no excess tension. So let's just again stand in our neutral stance of Seiritsu with our feet shoulder width apart. Take a moment to explore, are your toes open? Are they grasping on the floor? Try to open the toes a little bit more each time, open, so that all of your foot is experiencing some contact with the earth, the floor you're on. And then let that feeling of connectedness to what's below travel up your spine and come out the head, through the head chakra there. Chin is back slightly so that we're not pushing that line by pushing our chin forward. And shoulders maybe need to relax a bit there too. And if you had an imaginary partner and they were to touch you, unlike wakame where you might, I'm doing wakame now, move with their touch, that's wakame. If I now stand in bamboo, I feel the touch, but I don't need to tense my muscles. I don't need to wave. I'm present. I see the events going on around me, but I'm not reacting. I feel a great calmness come across all of us on Zoom there. All right, so let's just go through the movements again, just to compare and contrast how they might strike you. So start with a little wakame again. You can be soft and accommodating and harmonious. Something startles us. And back to wakame. As we're floating down that river, suddenly perhaps there's a big boulder or a rock, and we're going to really react to it. And relax and walk away. And as wakame softens and settles, pick your moment and then transition into bamboo. So if you're outside, you'll feel the air touch you, but it doesn't have to move. Events will go on around you, but you're calm throughout the center. And gradually bringing ourselves to that same calmness back, yame, for a moment. Now let's just shake our legs out. Tuesday night's class was here with Ito Sensei in the same room. I feel like I'm transmitting the intensity of the deepness of his calmness. Really nice feeling. Okay, so let us just explore with what happens when we move with some of this. And the first one, we're just going to do the step work, is I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to step forward on an imaginary line, which makes it mean I'm going to go 180 degrees the other direction. And I'm just going to step across, and in my case, I'll be looking out the window. So let's just step and look out. In my case, I'm looking out the window. Different angle. Come back. And let's step again, just step. And your vision changes. And back. So now with good imagination, imagine something's coming to you behind. And maybe it's going to be the startle one. So startle and step. Okay, let's try it again. And okay. And now let's come back to practicing a step with bamboo. I'll step, I'll be out of the way. You can practice this around your home. Please, I'm not asking you to practice this in the middle of traffic or anywhere that is truly dangerous. So we're just building our sensitivity that something's coming from behind, and we step and we're out of the way. Whatever it was that was coming in a straight line has come directly behind us, as you see my hand attempting to wave it on behind. I've stepped out of the way. I'm safe. I'm centered. That was all I needed to do to take care of myself. What happens? Let's do it again with startle. Oh my goodness. If I weave and wind, I'm really not feeling like I'm going to hold myself up well. And let's come back again to bamboo. Same stepping. I feel something's coming. I step and it passes on behind me. Good. One more time, let's feel that stepping forward and letting it just pass behind you. Good. Okay, so we've done step forward, and what happens when we step forward, right? I am expanding space because I've stepped forward closer now, this way, and given more space behind me. And in expressing extending space, I've also extended time a little bit. So by stepping away, there's space for them to pass by and a bit more time that energy can just pass by me without having to disrupt my day, disrupt me. Okay? So that expands space and time. I'm obviously giving you the answer because if you think about what happens if we step the other way, we're going to compress space and time. So now we're going to step, and in my case, I'm going to step back, and my back will be to the window, and I'm going to look the other direction. The same thing, step back, and whatever it was came in front of me this time, but I have stepped back closer to whatever's happening back there. And back again. Let's step back because I'm going to meet this force that's coming at me with a lot of anger, and they should better darn know that they aren't going to do anything with me. So we're going to respond back with anger, and let's go. Oh! Okay. It might work to scare them away, but if your weight gets too far on the balls of your feet, don't you end up sort of falling forward? Let's see if that's what happens. Yeah. Ah! And I might just fall right into that. So perhaps that wasn't so helpful to be so tight and so contracted. Let's go back to center. And let's step back with bamboo. Welcome. Pass on by. And back to center. Let's step back again and let's feel what happens when we come back. And we're going to be a rock. Ah! Balance a little bit. If you've done a lot of karate, you might find a nice good stance, but in general, you're going to feel more pitched forward. And last time, let's step back, bamboo. Welcome. Pass by me. So to me, that's an interesting study of looking at these movements and how I can change how I'm reacting to something that may or may not be threatening, may or may not be startling. And then how do I keep myself calm through that? So when we finish in a few minutes after 10 position meditation, I'm curious to hear what people have said. So let's start with 10 position meditation. And first, we're just going to do the wakame again. A much more vigorous wakame this time, in terms of just letting everything else flow down and through your body. Good. All right, and coming back to the Seiritsu stance with our feet, but a bamboo feeling with our body. We're erect, we're paying attention. And we open our palms facing out, feeling the light shine from the chakras of our hands, our palms. As we breathe in, our arms float up, palms facing upwards until they're shoulder height, extending far out, pulling that light energy beam to make it a beacon now, brighter yet. All our vessels at sea can see our light. We can shine across the continent. We can shine across the pond. As we breathe in, our arms float further up to come together softly, palm to palm, piercing up through the universe as our head drops back, so that our palms are more directly over our heart chakra, piercing and extending upward. And bring the top of our head underneath the palms that are pointing upward. Extend one more time up, let the rib cages float up and extend up. And as we exhale down, our hands slightly become down first over the head and then more to the front of our face, coming down, lightly touching our palms to our arms or shoulder height. We're looking out directly over the tips of our fingers. To me, this center part inside here is that sphere of peace that we've been talking about within ourselves. This is that sphere of peace within me. And as we bring our palms together, it's every palm touching palm, peace between us as we shine with our diamond. Let our elbows drop and our palms open in offering. We can share our peace with all. As we breathe in, our arms float further out with palms open, further expansion and offering. Right palm comes up over left, and we extend further, going homeward. And breathing in, and bring everything back in to nurture our own heart, our own being. And softly bringing our feet together to Moshul stance, the ending of tension so lightly holding the left thumb, and our eyes can relax and close here for Moksho moment. And letting our arms release and stance open slightly. Let's go through hugging heaven and Big Dipper. Hands and arms come up about shoulder height. And gradually let the knees soften as your hips hinge back so that you're opening your back and letting it gradually stretch and release. Being grateful that you were able to stand and thanking your back and letting everything else open and release down into the earth. And exhale and drop and release again. No rush. With your fingertips, make a small circle. Come to one side of your body and open on that diagonal as your arms come up diagonally and your eyes look far forward now. Your arms continue to move up overhead. You pierce the heavens. Let your body pivot forward, palms face forward, deep bow, gratitude. Small half circle. Rotate to the other side of your body, come up on that diagonal. Palms facing upward. Coming up overhead to have palms meet. Pierce through the heavens. Pivot forward, palms open. Last big bow. And dropping and releasing. And as your gaze travels down into the floor, the earth, the soul, the soil, or the ocean floor, you find perhaps a nice treasure. And you make a nice little scoop and you let your knees soften and release. Bring that up with you as your knees release. You coming up. Head and neck coming up last. And a cycle of Big Dipper, step out one more time, let your arms come up in front of you. It's gonna be Big Dipper, hug the tree and Big Dipper, both go perfectly fine. My right hand right now is on the inside, and I'm gonna drop my right hand as my left arm goes up. I'm gonna gently look over my right shoulder and elongate, elongate, elongate. And bringing it back to center, passing through center. Palm, now my left is in the front and I'm going to spiral on the right side, letting my right arm come up. Perhaps now it's pointing at the North Star. My left hand is pointing behind and down. And coming back, passing through center. One more round, and this time you're going to look up. So as my right arm drops, my left arm goes up, and my eyes follow, looking upward. And as you exhale and come back through center, spiral the other way. And I'm going to look up toward my right hand in this case. And bringing it down. And my feet come into a slightly more neutral stance, shoulder width. And opening off so that my palms open again to the heavens. Let them fill. Grab with my little finger closing first to make a ski as if I'm grabbing what I need for today to bring it down with me. Leave what's left and bring it down across my body, crossing in front as we hold hands with each other. And explore this great mystery called life. Keeping that same degree of calmness, let our feet come closer together. Hands can relax and Mokso. Mokso Yame, Andre. All right, well, thank you for following along with me today.